And I'll tell you someone who's enjoying it, Harriet. Check her out.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
sitting there on the eggs here in North Fort Myers, just down the street where Pine Island turns into Bayshore. And she's got two now. And over the weekend, little drama out there as M15 went missing for just a little bit, and an intruder got in the nest there with Harriet. But it looks like all is well there on the nest as M15 is back and Harriet is safely on those two eggs. All right, looking at the radar here this morning, things are fairly quiet anywhere from Cape Coral all the way down towards Marco Island and Naples this morning as the radar is sweeping around pretty quiet. We do have some showers from Key West back over the open Gulf waters, and with temperatures on the rise, remember Punta Gorda, I just mentioned 57 was the high yesterday under the clouds. We only fell a couple degrees down to the low 50s this morning, and all of us should return to the 70s today as we're starting to see some sunshine work in the forecast. Sunrise time coming, or sunset time rather, this evening at 5:36 as the sun has been up here for a while. And looking at Naples, 57 degrees, reporting sunshine right now with calm winds. So your day ahead with the sun entering the forecast once again, 75 degrees will be that high. A nice evening. Temperatures will fall in the 60s once the sun sets. And a few high-level clouds are beginning to move into the area, and these will quickly exit here in the next 2 or 3 hours. And behind that, that northwest wind will continue here for a while. We're watching another weak cold front that's on its way here towards the area. That's going to help reinforce the cool weather for the rest of the week. And the predictor model showing that front arriving later on overnight into tomorrow. A few coastal showers not out of the question, 20 to 30% chance of a very isolated shower here. Once that front pushes south, notice the clear skies behind it and that northwest wind continuing right down the peninsula. And that usually spells dry and fairly sunny, nice, cool conditions for us. A couple things to check. The tropics and the drought index will start in the drought, where right now we're registering as abnormally dry for southwest Florida. And that is because we're about 4 inches behind here for September 1st on. And we're going to keep track of that here as that number becomes important entering the driest months of the year. In the tropics, National Hurricane Center watching this area, giving it a 50-50 shot of developing. The next outlook coming up here at 8 o'clock. We'll let you know if those numbers increase. And today, 75. Finally, some sunshine back in the forecast. 58 tonight, and looking ahead at the 7-day forecast all the way through the week. We'll stay in the upper 70s here through Friday. Eventually 80 will be the high there for Friday and Saturday, with just an isolated shower chance of possible here over the weekend.
Week 2 of the public impeachment hearings, and will the president himself show up? I'm Doug Bluzader in Washington with more on an invitation just ahead.
Well, there is going to be a full roster of impeachment witnesses this week on Capitol Hill, and Democrats say they would like one of them to be President Trump.
Fox's Doug Bluzader has more on that and what else is in store for the days ahead.
Well, President Trump has certainly been critical from the sidelines through this process. Now some Democrats say he should join it.
Mr. President!
Will President Trump make the trip down Pennsylvania Avenue to testify at his own impeachment hearing on Capitol Hill? It seems unlikely to say the least, but the invitation is there.
The president could come right before the committee and speak all the truth that he wants if he wants to.
You don't expect him
if
to
he
do
wants
that.
to take the oath of office, or he could do it in writing. He has every opportunity to present his case.
Presenting his case on Twitter, the president wrote, "The crazed, do-nothing Democrats are turning impeachment into a routine partisan weapon. That is very bad for our country and not what the founders had in mind." What Democrats have in mind this week is to hear from 8 witnesses over 3 days in public. But the primary focus will be on Wednesday and EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland.
My guess is that Ambassador Sondland is going to do his level best to tell the truth, because otherwise he may have a very unpleasant legal future in front of him.
Sondland has emerged as a key figure. A number of witnesses say they overheard a phone call between Sondland and the president discussing investigations in Ukraine that are at the center of the Democrats' allegations that the president was trying to dig up dirt on a political rival, former Vice President Joe Biden. Republicans are unified in their skepticism.
5 members, think about this.
I understand.
5 members of the Democrat, 5 Democrat members on the Intelligence Committee have voted to move forward with impeachment even before the whistleblower complaint was filed.
Now, Democrats have been moving pretty quickly here, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi would not even speculate as to when this process may wrap up. In Washington, Doug Bluzader, Fox News.
Those of you who try to beat those yellow lights could soon be paying some hefty fines.
Jessica will join us in a couple of minutes with why Fort Myers may add red light cameras to some intersections. Time right now on this Monday morning is 7:27. You're watching Fox 4 Morning News.
Accident.
Live from the station that's in your corner. You're watching Fox 4 Morning News.
Good morning, 7:30 on your Monday morning, and this is a live look. Cape Coral, Tarpon Point Marina looking beautiful this morning on our Storm Smart Sky Cam. It's a bit cloudy, a bit gray. This shot looks better, though, than a lot of the shots we've been looking at this morning.
So what I noticed, I guess closer to the coast, it's more clear. We go inland by the interstate, and it's a little more cloudy.
A little cloudy, a little dreary, but it's chilly out there no matter where you are. It's pretty cold.
That's right. And here's why we're seeing that. The visibility down to about 4 or 5 miles here as we've got some low-lying clouds, some fog developing here. And this will quickly go away here this morning, the next hour or so. But keep this in mind. The good news is today we're finally going to shake that low-lying cloud deck that just stuck with us all day long yesterday. We broke record high low temperatures, if that makes any sense. Yesterday, 60 degrees in Fort Myers is all we reached, 21 degrees below our average. And this morning on the radar, we've gotten rid of that mist, that really cold drizzle that we had yesterday evening once the sun set, as we're dry anywhere from Arcadia down through Bonita Springs. And here are your current temperature readings. It's still chilly out there, mid-50s right now. We're on our way up to 75. We got a little more sunny forecast to talk about in a few minutes.
All right. We are tracking some breaking news right now on Pine Lily Road. Want to give you an update on this. This is in Fort Myers, a live look from our breaking news tracker right off of A&W Bulb Road in the McGregor area. A house fire that Iona McGregor Fire Department is investigating this morning. We know that fire sparked around 5:45 this morning. We know that 9 units were on scene, and we know that 2 people were inside at the time of the fire, along with their dogs. Thankfully, everyone was able to get out safely. The people who live inside that home say they woke up, they smelled the smoke, so they evacuated the home, and you can see that fire crews right now are really focusing on the garage area of this home. It seems to be where that fire sparked. They are on scene. We are there. The breaking news tracker is there right now, working to get more updates, see if they have determined what sparked that fire. As soon as we get more details, we will let you know. And we're learning more about a crash involving a pedestrian in Fort Myers. This happened Sunday night on McGregor Boulevard, just across from Gulf Point Square, right in front of the Chevron gas station there. Right now, that pedestrian is in critical condition. We're working to get more details, and once we get an update, we will bring that to you.
All right, this is a story that could affect a lot of people. Today, Fort Myers city leaders will meet to consider using red light cameras.
Now, we spoke with several of you. Not all of you are on board with this. So Jessica's live in downtown Fort Myers. She's taking a look at this argument on both sides. Jessica?
That's right, Lisa, and it's something that many people do. However, running red lights can have potentially deadly impacts. And if you remember at the top of the hour, we actually shared new data with you that shows Florida ranks as the top state in the country for deadly pedestrian accidents. So having drivers slow down on the roadways is certainly one way to help make our roads safer. Today, a consultant working with the city will explain how red light cameras could benefit us. Fox 4 spoke with several of you about this idea, and it seems most of you are on board for a change like this.
I do find that some of the driving in the area has been very erratic as a citizen, okay? So I would think anything to control safety would be much in my favor.
People don't know how to drive out here. It's crazy. So it'll hold people accountable and make people watch their speed, and it'll definitely make people slow down probably.
But of course, others feel the cameras could lead to issues with ticketing. In fact, a few years back, you may recall this issue reached the Florida Supreme Court. Floridians felt that having an outside vendor look at and determine violations based off of photos should be illegal. However, the High Court did throw that case out. So now today, City Council will discuss the issue at a meeting set for 2 p.m. We're live in downtown Fort Myers. Jessica Alpern, Fox 4 in your corner.
Jessica, thank you. 7:34 right now. Naples may start letting dog owners walk their pups off of a leash at one area beach. First, though, they want to know what you think about this idea. So right now, dogs are not allowed on any Collier County beaches. This new proposal would allow only dogs at Loudermilk Park Beach Monday through Friday from sunrise to 8:30 in the morning. Yes, this isn't a very big time frame, but one woman who started this petition says the small amount of time will help people get more on board with this idea.
So I just thought it would be a great opportunity to appease everybody. So the people aren't even here, so they can't be bothered by the dogs, but then the owners who have the dogs can enjoy the beach.
Really seems like a nice idea, a good compromise. We'll see what happens. The City of Naples Community Services Advisory Board will meet tomorrow at 2:30 in the afternoon. People who live in the City of Naples are welcome to attend that meeting.
Today, the Cape Coral Yacht Club Pavilion will start to come down. The Yacht Club says the pavilion is not up to code and tearing it down is actually cheaper than trying to repair it. The demolition will cost $15,000. It's being paid for by the roof repair money the city approved earlier this year. The beach will reopen Saturday, November 23rd.
Tomorrow, a local group will push Lee County commissioners to approve a project that will bring back these arches. They were once known as the gateway to Estero Island. The archers greeted visitors for 55 years as they came onto Fort Myers Beach. They were torn down in 1979. Now, the group called Restore Fort Myers Beach Arches is pushing to get a version of them back. Lee County Commissioner Cecil Pendergrass says parts of the old arches could be used in the Fort Myers Beach Arches design.
Effort to bring back and to restore, just to recreate a small monument of the arches from the original material so people can go there and take pictures and visit it and say this is what it looked like 100 years ago.
This project is not cheap, though. It'll cost about $75,000. But Commissioner Pendergrass says restoring the arches would be a county project paid for with bed tax money. The proposal will be discussed at the county commissioners meeting tomorrow.
New this morning, Florida deputies say they stopped a man from illegally doing work as a dentist. They say he was pulling teeth, even doing extractions without a license. Eric Waxler with our sister station in Tampa has the details.
These are pictures investigators say they took inside a Wesley Chapel home, showing a makeshift dental office. It's complete with a dental chair, dental tools, and piles of medication. The Pasco Sheriff's Office says this man, Jose Emilio Mas Fernandez, was working on patients here and doing it all without a license.
A lot of patients, unfortunately, can't afford dentistry and they're hurting.
Dentist Vincent Montecholo helps hundreds of people in need every year with free dental work during the Dentistry from the Heart event. He says going to someone who isn't licensed and working out of a home is very dangerous.
We're looking at safety issue with complications, you know, bleeding issues, infection issues, especially if they're not sterilizing all the instrumentation.
After getting a tip, the Pasco Sheriff's Office had an undercover detective set up an appointment with Mas Fernandez, who promised he could pull a tooth and give antibiotics for $150.
We do ask that anybody who has maybe been serviced by this person to come forward, let us know, and to probably go to a real dentist to have their teeth checked out.
Investigators say Mas Fernandez admitted he did the dental work at his home, including cleanings and extractions. The Florida Health Department says people should check its website to make sure the dentist they are going to is licensed. Investigators say Mas Fernandez may have told his patients he was licensed in Cuba.
That was Eric Waxler reporting. Mas Fernandez is charged with 3 felonies. This morning he is out of jail on bond.
Time right now is 7:38. A Tampa-based animal hospital is caring for a pair of endangered panther kittens. Their mother died from a mysterious neurological disorder. Look at them, they're so precious. The kittens are being monitored for that same brain disease. So far, they say they're healthy and active. The pictures on the left show the kittens at just 2 weeks old, and then now they're nearly 5 months old. Look how much they've grown. Florida Fish and Wildlife says soon you'll be able to see the orphan kittens at Zoo Tampa as they continue to get care. And that same zoo in Tampa is also caring for these 2 orphaned manatee calves. The calves were found by Florida Fish and Wildlife. FWC officers say the 2 had no mother in sight. They were very thin. They needed fluids. Staff at the zoo is now caring for the animals around the clock, and they hope to release them back into the wild as soon as they're a little bit older. We do want to remind you, November is Manatee Awareness Month. As the water gets cooler, the marine mammals flock to warmer water in our state. You're urged to watch out for the manatees while you're out on the water. All right, if you're looking for a unique home, you might want to check out this one in Arizona.
It is unique for sure. It's a decommissioned nuclear missile site hidden in the desert about 35 miles north of Tucson. It's located in a bunker, kind of a fixer-upper, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's protected by a 4-foot thick slab of concrete and a 6,000-pound blast door. The only way you can get in is climb down a 40-foot ladder.
Whew.
Makes moving in a couch a little hard. And if you want to move in, you're going to need to do a lot of work.
There is the presence of lead-based paint down there just due to the year it was constructed, so there'd be some remediation involved if you're going to live down there full time. But we've had interested parties to turn it into a home. The now owners were going to use it as a dry data storage facility. We've also had some other people interested in maybe turning it into a restaurant, bar type of a cool destination.
Right now, the sellers are asking about $395,000 for the property.
Cool, but no.
Yeah.
Not for me.
I like the restaurant bar idea.
That's a better idea,
That's
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah, you could keep some of the rusted look, I guess.
Yeah, people
Get
go
rid
there.
of the lead paint, though.
Right, yeah, do that.
People go there to get bombed and blasted. You're welcome.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah. Hey, I need Amy to get over here with her boots. Because this is, there she is. You see those boots over there?
Oh, she's got some like UGG-style boots on.
This is how I know when it's chilly outside, because you ladies walk in with the fancy boots.
Yep, the boots.
With the fur on the edge.
Sweaters.
I'm going to steal one here in a minute and show you guys. But
Boots with
we got
the fur.
So keep going. Keep going.
With the fur.
Yeah, people just turn the channel.
Hey.
Here's what it looks like through our Storm Smart Sky Cam. If you look close enough, that's a little blue skies peeking through the clouds. We're going to see the sunshine. Come here, Amy. Give me that boot. Got to show that off. All right, guys, we'll be back.
Trent, in less than a week, that shot of Fort Myers Beach is going to look a lot different, and that's because we have a staple to Southwest Florida returning this week. It's the 33rd Annual American Sand Sculpting Championship. So much fun. We have a special guest here who's going to break down all of the fun for us coming up on Fox 4 Morning News. Time right now is 7:41. You don't want to miss it.
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, the defense wrapping up their case in Florida versus Henry Segura. Segura has been accused of taking the lives of his girlfriend and her 3 children, but the defense says it was actually a drug cartel hit. Their final witnesses taking the stand today. We are live in Tallahassee all day long on Court TV.
Good morning, 7:45 on your Monday morning, your chilly Monday morning. It's cold out there, especially if you're from Florida like I am. Yeah, I'm sure the snowbirds are loving this weather, but for me, it's a bit chilly. Traffic-wise, we're looking good. I-75 near MLK Jr. Boulevard, nothing to worry about here. It is a bit hazy, you can see there in the distance. We're going to bring in Trent in just a few minutes for a full forecast, see if that haziness, this cool weather will be sticking around. All right, you may want to fill up your car soon because gas prices in our state right now are at a 9-month low. Florida drivers are now paying 13 cents less than they were a month ago. That's about a $2 savings on a full tank of gas. In our area, Charlotte County has the cheapest gas, then Lee, and then Collier County. AAA says drivers can thank strong gains in fuel supplies as well as flat prices for crude oil.